What's up, flamethrowers? It is me, Flame the Dragon Hog here, and welcome to another Creepypasta story. First off, I do want to apologize for my lack of content. It's just that I'm starting to run out of ideas a little bit, but don't worry, the ideas are starting to flow back slowly, but they're coming back. But anyway, but don't worry, this week when Christmas comes around, you're going to be expecting something really, really special that me, my brother, and all of our friends are going to be doing. But first, I just want to say, let's get this video started. Today, I'm going to be telling you the creepypasta known as the perfect Christmas. Now you're probably thinking, why is this called a creepypasta if it's called the perfect Christmas? Oh, you'll find out once I tell you how a certain family celebrates the holidays. Alright, let's get started. The perfect Christmas. Now, we all been there, fellas. You know, meeting your girlfriend's family for the very first time. You always want to make a good first impression on them because one of these days, you might become part of that family. Which brings us to a young man dating a beautiful girl named Laura. Laura meant everything to him. They were going out for about at least almost half a year. And this was going to be a great treat for them because Laura's family was coming to spend Christmas with Laura. And it's going to be the young man's first time meeting her family. They have got to know each other better through video chat, but that really didn't count. And so Laura's family stayed with her at her own modern home, and her own technical modern home. The young man arrived at Laura's house late because of work, and he already thought to himself, I'm already starting to not make a good impression. What if they hate me because I'm late? But when Laura's father opened the door, it wasn't what the young man expected. He was really nice. He even hugged him and shook his hand. The young man was relieved, but a little bit puzzled because there was something really, really odd about Laura's father. He looked gorgeous for his age. He looks as to be around 40 or 30. But he looked healthy for his age. He even had muscles. But that didn't really bother him. But that really didn't bother the young man as much. The next family member for him to meet was Laura's mother. And just like Laura's father, she looked beautiful as well. She looked really young for her age. She looks as to be around in her 20s or 30s. And she just looks like a supermodel for some reason. It's like when you stand Laura and her next to each other, people can mistake them to be sisters. The last family member for the young man to meet was Laura's older brother. Again, the same thing happened. He looked good. His teeth, white as snow, muscles, hair greased and perfect. He looks like one of those people you see in the fashion magazines. The young man was really starting to get confused and puzzled and he's also starting to feel guilty. It's like they invited him for dinner over doubt because he looked so good because everybody looked so good compared to him. But he didn't really pay it as much mind because he wanted to make a very good first impression for them and make them like him. Laura, she was upstairs getting ready, but as time passed by, the young man, Laura's father, mother, and brother was sitting in the dining room just talking and getting to know the young man. The young man really, really enjoyed talking to them. But he tried really, really hard not to bring up his own family. Even though he did love his mother and father very much, he really didn't want to bring them up. He really didn't want to bring them up talking about them with a really perfect family. Half an hour later, Laura came downstairs. She looked amazing, wearing a black dress, black heels, and her hair down. The young man was amazed as he watched his angel walk down the stairway of heaven. Without no hesitation, he pulled something out of his pocket. It was a small black box, and he thought to himself, this is the perfect moment for this, right in front of her family. The perfect family. And today, I'm going to become part of it. He opened the box, and inside was a small ring. He got on one knee, and right in front of Laura's parents, the young man asked Laura to marry him. Everybody gasped with shock, including Laura. And without no hesitation, Laura said yes. Everybody cheered and clapped for the young couple. In fact, they even shared in a group hug. After the surprise proposal, the main event came around. Dinner time. So the young man, Laura, and her mother sat down at the dining room table and watched as Laura's father and brother carried in a huge tray with a metal cover. The young man couldn't wait to dig into whatever kind of meat it was underneath that cover. His mouth was watering. And so was everybody else's. Soon, Laura's father lifted up the cover and said, "Bon appetit." The young man was a little bit puzzled to what kind of meat it was, even though it smelled really, really good. He had never seen a kind of animal like this. But then he soon got a real good look at what the limbs look like. Then in his mind, he said, "No, it can't be. Is this?" On the tray, it was a fully cooked human body. That's right, guys. It was a human body. They were eating a human for Christmas dinner. The young man was really in shock. He didn't say a word. But as he looked over to his soon-to-be family, everybody applauded and cheered and congratulated Laura and her mother for being such good cooks. Soon, everybody dug in, pulling off thighs, legs, arms, and feet, all off that body. The body of it looked like to be a young teenager. It was kind of weird and strange. But the young man, again, really wanted to make a good impression on this family. Anyway, what was really strange is when they ate. With every bite of that human flesh, their skin starts to become more and more shining and glistening, as if they were getting younger. It was really, really strange and weird. Laura's father came behind the young man and said, "Eat up, boy. Eat up, boy. Your dinner's getting cold. I mean, don't you want... I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little being young and youthful forever. You can't be like this without a little sacrifice." The young man tried to make up an excuse, saying he lost his appetite. But Laura, she looked at him, put her hand on his hand with the ring on her finger, and smiled and said, "Do you really love me? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to be with me? Even when it means you'll be young and youthful forever?" The young man, without saying a word, picked up his fork, stabbed it into a piece of thigh, and opened his mouth. And with no hesitation, he muttered the only two words he can get out: "I do," and took a big bite. So let this be a lesson to you guys. when the day comes to meet your girl's parents for the first time, actually get to know them. Because as I said before, that family could be your family one day. So, yeah. Guys, what did you guys think about this creepypasta story? Did you feel a little bit queasy after this, or were you a little bit confused and concerned for that young man? I mean, think about it like this. Even if it means eating human flesh, are you willing to do whatever it takes to be with your girl or make a good impression on her parents? Even if it means eating another person that you hardly ever knew? I mean, yeah, so that's it for this creepypasta story, guys. Sorry. Anyway, that's it for this creepypasta story, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like and comment down below. And also, let me know in the comments below what other creepypasta do you guys want me to tell you guys. Oh, and also, little bit of an update. Little bit of an update on an upcoming video I'm planning. Let's just say it involves a Sonic character that you guys haven't seen in a long, long time. So yeah. Anyway, this is Flame the Dragonhog saying Merry Christmas, and until next time, flamethrowers.